As a business owner, having multiple streams of income can give you more peace of mind, more stability, and more resilience to deal with unexpected crises and situations that come up. Learn why you should have multiple streams of income in this video. Besides the obvious, which is that more streams of income mean more money, multiple streams of income can support you in other ways. One of the ways is that it helps to reduce instability. So when there's a lot of instability in the environment, when economic conditions are changing, stuff is happening, when you have diversified your streams of income, when you have multiple different places that things are coming in from, you're less susceptible to those outside circumstances. Multiple streams of income also give you more stability, so that even if one stream goes away, you've still got all these other streams to keep you stable. Another great thing about it is that you'll have backup sources of revenue. And multiple streams of income are a great way to create expansion opportunity. So when you introduce new streams, you can see how they're going. And if one starts to grow, you can put some more attention on that and see if you can cultivate it even further. So it's a great way to test things out in business and to put your bets on the winning horses, so to speak. So the reason that I know something about this is that I'm a business alignment strategist. This is literally what I do for a living. I help clients identify new sources of income, new revenue streams, and ways to make more money without sacrificing themselves or their lifestyle in the process. I've been doing this work, some version of it, for about 13 years, and I have an MBA as a background. So I know a thing or two about streams of income and diversification. And I've also had my own personal story around this. So about 7 years ago, I had a big breakdown in my business where I realized that I needed more stable monthly recurring revenues. And so I quickly reimagined, reorganized my business in order to create new streams of income. And I was able to do that very quickly and effectively. And thank goodness that I did it, because now today, with what happened with COVID, these multiple streams of income, particularly the monthly recurring revenue ones, are the ones that have allowed me to maintain my stability and peace of mind in the middle of all this craziness. So there are really three ways that I look at this. This is not the only three ways to diversify your streams of income, but these are three really good ones. So the first one is to diversify your offering. What I mean by diversifying your offering is taking your existing audience, the people that you're already serving, and introducing a new offer to those same people. So you can think about this as ascension or descension. When you think about ascension, it's taking what they're already doing and giving a higher level offering to them. A more expensive offering, a more in-depth offering, something that's more expansive than what they already have. A descension offering might be to capture more of the people that you say no to by offering something that's lower in price or more volume oriented. So it's the same audience, but it's an offering that's a lighter type of offering. So you're either moving up the funnel or moving down the funnel. The second way to diversify is to diversify your audience. So we already talked about diversifying the offer to the same audience, but how about taking your existing offering and bringing it to a new audience? So looking for new pockets of people that might be interested in what you've got. The third thing that you can do is you can diversify both. You can create a new offering for a new audience. Now that's the most risky move. So I recommend testing the waters first. Instead of jumping all the way into the deep end and diversifying both your audience and your offer, I recommend starting with one at a time and then working your way up to doing both. So let me share what that looks like to diversify both, but to do it one at a time. Remember I told you that I had this experience a few years back where everything fell apart and I had to recreate the business and recreate new models, new revenue streams. Well, what I decided to do was I stuck with my same audience. I was working with women entrepreneurs. And what I created was a new offering. In fact, I created two new offerings. So I had this women entrepreneur audience, and I created a new retreat that was going to give them the same outcomes that I had previously been delivering one-on-one. So I created a 3-day retreat format, and I invited these business women to spend 3 days focusing on building their brand and their business model in my retreat. So I diversified my offerings to the same audience. Then I created another offering to the same audience, which was a big back end offering. Now I have a whole lot of videos where I talk about the importance of a big back end, but in a nutshell, the big back end is a monthly recurring offering so that you can sell something one time, but you can keep collecting. So for me, my big back end offering that I created was a 1-year group mastermind and coaching program. So I had these 2 new offers. I had the retreat, and then I had the big back end offering. I introduced those 2 offers to my existing community of women entrepreneurs. And they bought it. They liked it. They loved it. I started filling my program. Then over the course of the next couple years, I started to refine the offering by diversifying the audience. I opened it up to men. I had one man who fell in love with one of my speeches and said that he really wanted to come to my stuff, but I didn't allow men. And I thought about it. I thought, why don't men come? Why don't I invite them? And I had a change of heart, and I decided to diversify my audience. And I basically doubled my audience by making this one decision. So I decided to invite men. And then from there, I started to also focus on new pieces of an audience. So I started focusing, instead of just on women entrepreneurs, I was focusing on women and men entrepreneurs who wanted to launch something new, who wanted to build out their own retreat or group coaching business model. So I diversified the products, the offerings first, then I diversified the audience. And by the time now, 7 years later, looking back, I have a completely different set of offers and a completely different audience, and all of them driving monthly recurring revenues. Now I have a whole lot of videos about revenue streams and monetization, and if you want to dive deeper with me, go ahead and set up a time for us to connect. If you're interested in my programs and if I can support you in building out new revenue streams, go to superstaractivator.com/go and sign up for a call with me.